Hey friends, welcome to another Bowls board game review. I actually don't have a game to review today. I thought I'd just pop in and say hi and make sure you're doing okay. And with that done, I'll be heading out. Thanks for watching. Bye. What? Power's out. Maybe it was squirrels? No, how could they cut the power? They're animals. Well, that's just great. What am I supposed to do now? Build a fire, sing a couple songs? Well, I guess we're not going to be leaving now, so might as well review some game. Oh, here's one. Let's check out Aliens. Aliens is a cooperative survival combat game based on some popular movie franchise. I don't know, I've never heard of it, but the game plays out in either a campaign setting where players track their characters' progress through the story, or as single standalone missions. So the victory changes from mission to mission. For example, in the first story mission, the goal is to save a little girl named Newt? What kind of name is Newt? No, I'm not gonna call her that. I'm making up some other name for her. Rebecca, I guess. That's a good name. I mean, I don't know how that little girl survived with no weapons or training, but seems like maybe she should be in charge, am I right? Each of the player controls one of the characters, each with different stats, abilities, and rank. The remaining characters are still used in each game, but as grunts. Grunts are characters which can be controlled by any player. The number of grunts a character can command on their turn is determined by their rank. Each mission's map is set up using a couple of the double-sided game boards with various tokens set up around the board as dictated by the mission card. And that's a real fast brush over the gameplay setup, so now let's move into a few of the core gameplay elements. First, and definitely most important, is the endurance deck. The endurance deck is used for a variety of other elements as sort of a general resource. It's filled with weapons, which are handy for close encounters, equipment, like armor, event cards, which can be played at any time, and hazards, which must be played immediately and do bad things to the players. As I mentioned, the endurance deck is used in a couple of different ways, as ammo, for example. Some weapons require exhausting cards from the endurance deck. This is simply a matter of taking however many cards from the top of the endurance deck and moving them to the exhaust pile, without looking at them, of course. Additionally, players will often have to reveal a card based on certain items or abilities which will require it. This means the player will reveal the top card of the endurance deck, and depending on which type of card it is, will resolve whatever the reveal effect is. But this could also trigger a hazard card. Once revealed, these cards are placed under the reshuffle card within the endurance deck. As more and more cards are placed under this reshuffle card, it will slowly move up the deck, and when it reaches the top, the endurance deck, but not any cards currently exhausted or discarded, are reshuffled back into a new endurance deck. There are effects which let players recycle cards from the exhaust deck back into the endurance deck, but once a card reaches the discard pile, it's gone. And if at any point there are no cards in the endurance deck or the exhaust deck, that's the end of the game and the players lose. Past that, the game is broken down into 3 phases: the Marine phase, the Alien phase, and the Finish phase. The Marine phase is when players take their turns and do their stuff. Each player takes 2 actions per turn, plus activate any grunts they can. Another important mechanic to know here is the aim dial. Each player has an aim dial which, at the start of their turn, is set to their aim stat. Each time they attack, the player rolls a die and attempts to roll under whatever number their aim dial currently shows. And each time they attack, that dial is lowered by 1. Now this might not seem too impactful at first, until you get to the full auto weapons, which make you the ultimate state-of-the-art badass. These weapons can keep making attacks until the player misses or chooses to stop, exhausting a card with each attack. After the Marine phase is the Alien phase. Now you may have heard there are no monsters, no real ones, but there are, and these aliens spawn mostly during the Alien phase. Mostly. They use tracker cards and blip tokens to appear at various spawn points around the map. Each motion tracker card sets down a blip, which will move around the map until it is spotted by the players. Once spotted, it will reveal itself to be an alien swarm of whatever size the blip shows when it's flipped over. This means the players won't know what sort of trouble they are getting themselves into when they go into a room with a blip or two, so make sure to quarter and search by twos. Then the finish phase is for setting the turn counter dial, checking for victory conditions, and some reveal effects, but that's a real quick overview of Aliens. Plenty of other stuff we didn't get to cover here, but be sure to subscribe to Bowls so you can be here when we check out the sequel to this video, where we'll go over the expansions which add a ton of new stuff. Also, if you liked this video, please give it a like. It really does help us be able to bring you more of these videos. And comment down below with what your favorite quote from this movie is. Again, I've never heard of it, but apparently it's full of really memorable quotes. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Click to subscribe. Check out more videos. And thanks for watching.